Hello, wonderful people of the internet. Welcome back to another episode of Simuleos, Foldster, Gathros, C252, Jerrylicious. Thank you guys so much for coming in. Really appreciate it. Let's see, what was I going to say? So, I'm hoping you guys had a wonderful New Year season or New Year day? New Year's celebration. I don't know what you guys do, but in our family, usually we just take a bunch of grapes, and basically every time the clock strikes 12, it kind of beats 12. I don't know how to put this, but there's 12 rings. It's like bum, 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 12 times. And so every time you hear that one of those beats, you're supposed to basically put another grape in your mouth, and you're supposed to eat all of the grapes. This usually, it's supposed to be like you get some sort of wish granted if you eat all 12 grapes or something like that. No one ever really is able to complete all the grapes, but yeah, that's how it is. Hey JSPP, thanks for coming in. Grapes, it's a Spanish tradition. Yeah, so my family actually, so let's see, not like my ancestors, but my cousins are actually Spanish. So they were born in Spain, and half of their side is Spanish. So sounds like a bit of a joking hazard. It's fine as long as your grapes are sufficiently small. Raisins. It's interesting. I mean, we don't really do too much else. Let's see, what else would we do? I mean, obviously the family stays up until midnight, which is kind of crazy because honestly, I can't stay up until 8 o'clock p.m. nowadays. Like last night I went to bed at 7 and I woke up at 3, and then I was just busy all morning, and that's why I'm late. I don't know what happened. I'm so sorry. Hey Trash Talk, how are you? Let's see. So for those of you who may or may not be interested in the OIST fellowship, OIST internship, that's what I meant to say. The OIST internship, basically, we are extending the deadline to January 7th, so you still have a little bit of time to update and send in your information if you need. They are eaten on the 12 dings of the bell tower of Madrid. Oh, okay, interesting. Yeah. So I knew it was a Spanish thing because I knew that our Spanish family were the ones that brought in the tradition. I just didn't know what it was supposed to signify or why you did it or any of this kind of stuff. So it's one of those things. That's where the fun's at. I don't know. Spain is interesting. I mean, I've been there before. I don't know. To be fair, I've only been to Europe a few times. I've been to Spain, I've been to France, and around Switzerland, but I know that's not quite Europe. I know it's just in the area. And there's a few other places that, I've been in that area. And it's just such a different place than anywhere else I've ever been. And I don't know, it's more urban, I guess, in many ways than I was anticipating. But also still, I don't know. I don't really know how to put it. I'm not going to say anything's different. It's just, it is significantly different, My parents love the Canary Islands, so I know a bit of that stuff. Oh, quite cool. Let's see, laptop's still broken, using my phone as usual. And I'm sorry. Also, Canary food is super good. Yeah, so I don't really know what to say. I'm not trying to I don't know. Europe is a cool place. I like Europe. Same with, everywhere is different. You go to Europe, you go to the US, you go to Japan, everywhere is just significantly different, and that's fine. But somehow or another, everyone's basically the same, people act the same way in every country, no matter where you go, there's still people, and they still act almost the same way, So there isn't really much, I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying here. It's just travel is one of those things that I don't particularly like that much, but I do very much like people from all over the world. You know what I say? You know what I'm saying? I don't know what I'm saying. So if you know what I'm saying, tell me what I'm saying, because I'm trying to make stuff up, but for some reason it's not working today. I'm going to bring it to my local repair place tomorrow. Okay, good. So good luck with the laptop, man. One of my friends actually broke their laptop just recently. Let's see, they broke it on a trip to, I want to say Germany. That's where they live. And they were meant to do some sort of presentation, but they couldn't do the presentation because they broke their laptop. So then they used their old laptop, which seemed to still work. And then they came to OIST and they tried to use one of the unit laptops, and for some reason they were having trouble with it all the time. I don't know what the deal was, but it was one of those situations where they kept asking me questions about it yesterday, and I was like, look, I'm kind of busy. I don't really have time to work on this, so we had a first spam on Discord, so I got to ban someone. Oh, dude, I missed it. What happened? Aw, man, I'm looking at Discord right now. Where was the spam? What was the spam? Trash, what happened? Yeah, I totally missed it. Might be able to find some repair solution on iFixit or something if you have time. Hey, Rob Beanstalk, thanks for coming in. Man, I'm now looking. What channel was it in? Okay, look, I'm sorry. I'm really excited about spam. The thing is, how do I put this? There was that one troll we had on our channel. It's in the Algorithm Archive channel. Okay, let me take a look. AAA. Oh, it's not even there. You just deleted it. Oh, I see. I see what happened. So Zadison's wow that wasn't to your initial comment, it was to a comment behind that. I see. Happy New Year, y'all. Yeah, Happy New Year. You from the South, man? Let's see. I obviously deleted it. How things go. Here it is. Ooh. Let me see. What is this? Okay, so now I'm kind of worried. Strike. Proxy duck. Oh, yeah. Nice one. Yeah, best wishes to everyone. Happy New Year. I hope you guys are having a wonderful time in 2019, year of the future, or I guess year of the present. It's pretty good. Oh, did I tell you guys about this? So this says good on it. So basically some of my friends came over for Christmas not too long ago. And it wasn't too long. They just came by. One of them was wearing a Santa outfit, and they gave me a gift, and this was their gift. It's a boxing glove that says good, which, I mean, it's pretty good, I guess, but I don't really know what to do with it. So, yeah. Okay, anyway, just want to say that I now have a boxing glove that says good. In the case that you need a boxing glove that says good. My goal for 2019 is to accomplish the goals of 2018, which I should have done in 2017, because I promised them in 2015 and planned for them in 2014. Oh, man. Nah, from the West. I just think the collection term y'all is more efficient than you all, but more gender neutral than guys, and more direct and human than everyone. Fair enough. I mean, I get that. Don't get me wrong. It's just that every time I hear y'all, it kind of makes me think of all of the... I mean, again, I'm from Alabama. Y'all is a term that's used all the time in Alabama. It's one that I specifically avoid because it makes people think that I am from that region, and I wanted to make sure that people know that I'm not from that region. I don't know why, but like, it's just, there's a stigma against people that live in the southern U.S., and I know that if I start speaking in a way that is indicative of me being from that area, unfortunately, there's a lot of people that will look down on me just because I sound like a southerner, you know? So I do try to avoid this type of speech, specifically because I don't want people to think I'm just some sort of dumb redneck, hillbilly, whatever you want to call it, you know? So, I mean, don't get me wrong, it's fine. Like, I agree with you. I 100% agree with you. But that doesn't mean I'm going to be saying it, you know? Howdy, y'all. See, somehow that's Texan. And Texan is okay. I don't know what the deal is. But, like, there's certain words that I avoid because I just don't want people to know I'm from the South. I mean, the South is fine. There's nothing wrong with the South. It's great. It's just that, for some reason, people just have a negative stigma against it, you know? And that's my big problem. I, of course, have no problems with people no matter where they're from. It's just, man, I hate when people, like, they look down on people because of, like, an accent or something. Oh, oh, no, we got this, but I didn't know how to update it. Oh, man, that happens to me all the time because I have a pretty thick Vermont accent. People think I'm a total redneck. Yeah, dog, I know how that goes. One of my friends, he had such a mumbly southern accent. You know how, like, there's different types of southern accents? There's a white gentry accent that's like, oh, bless your heart. Oh, that was not the accent. But they're like, oh, bless your heart all the time. I'm not going to try to do the accent. I can't really do the accent. I had I guess you could say, white trash accent, if I could do any accent. And this is only if people come in and they talk to me in this way, then I can talk to them in that way. But man, I had a friend who had this accent very hard. He was very mumbly, didn't really enunciate anything. It was hard to understand what he was saying. He was incredibly smart. It's just his accent was holding him back, and I knew it. I knew every time people were hearing him talk, I had to translate for him because they didn't understand what he was saying. But I did, and I was able to translate. I was able to say, oh, that's very smart. You know, you could do this and that. And it was just one of those things that I knew the accent was holding him back, and I just didn't know how to help him, you know? And it is how it is. You know, you got to speak in a particular way, and that's how it goes. Hey, XYZ4D, thanks for coming in. Just put on a cowboy hat and boots and say you come from a wealthy family. Could be true, fight pharaoh types. I could do that too, right? Like, the thing is, I don't mind that. It's just, it is what it is. 667, hi, how are you? Let's see. I've got a cool European accent, which I'm happy with. Oh, cool. I'm glad you're from Europe. No, I mean, the truth is, as far as like European accents and everything are concerned, I have no bias against any European accent because I don't know the stereotypes of the region. You know what I mean? Like, if someone comes to me and it's a strong German accent from either, you know, there's a whole bunch of different German accents actually, like, or at least I know of two distinct German accents. Or from the UK, there's a whole bunch of UK accents too. Like, I can't tell you that one accent is from one particular area. I just know this accent is from roughly this region, and I can't tell you what are the wealthy parts, what are the areas of low socioeconomic wealth. I can't say that because I don't know. I don't know very much about the region. So I'm sure people from Europe, they'll hear an accent and they'll be like, oh, that is an accent from this person. I'm not paying attention to him because of this accent. I'm sure that probably happens. There's probably some prejudice. But I just don't know what the prejudice is. So I can't really act on it. I know Japanese and English, so I do a lot of Japanese accent now. Just from learning their sounds. Yeah, to be fair, Japanese is... I like Japan. Like, honestly, everything about Japan is just such a nice... I just really like it. Everything with exception of their casual racism and sexism and their incredibly difficult work culture. But to be fair, their work culture isn't really that much worse than the work culture that's already established in the US. So I don't think it's as bad as people are making it out to be. I think that, in the end, you still work 24/7. Like, you're expected to work that much in the US. So if you don't do that amount of work, it's really kind of, I don't know. It's just people look down on you if you don't do that much work. The spam, by the way. Oh, thanks. I want to take a look at that. I think racism is a complex issue in Japan. Yeah, that's why I say casual. Like, it's not. It's an interesting case. Algorithm archive. Oh, it was just. Oh, sex dating. What? Wait, I know Vassalage. He must have got his account hacked or something like that because I feel like that account name I know. Interesting. I think that racism is a complex issue, but it's definitely there. Yeah, I mean, there's other issues that are in Japan, right? But basically what I'm trying to say is I do very much enjoy being in Japan. I really like being here. I like being specifically in Okinawa. I like pretty much everything about this country. Okay, from my perspective, the perspective of a foreigner. Maybe it reminds you of Axitos? Oh, could be. Maybe. I love it there. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. There's a couple things that we need to do. The first of which would be PR templates, pull request templates, which I know I said I'd work on outside of stream. It's just, man, I just ran out of freaking time. Like, I don't know what happened. No time. Yesterday I was supposed to get a lot done, but then I ended up having to Skype my family because it was New Year's Eve, their time, turning on to New Year's, and it just ended up being a long Skype session, which was fine. I don't mind hanging out with my family. It's just sometimes I don't have time to do that, I thought it was more that they treat all foreigners differently. Yeah, it could be. It could be. There isn't so much racism in Japan, I thought. It depends on how you perceive it. I mean, there's certain places that, they particularly say no foreigners in, for example, a bar or something like that. And it makes sense because most foreigners, when compared to Japanese people, are rather, I guess, boisterous. I mean, they are very loud and obnoxious when compared to most Japanese people. And they just don't know the customs, Like, for example, in a lot of places in the U.S., it's okay to talk on your phone on the bus. That's fine. In Japan, it's a huge no-no. You never do that, And, for example, just going up escalators. In the U.S., it's fine to stand anywhere, but in Japan, you always stand to the left or the right, depending on what region, because you're going to let people go through if they need. Like, there's just subtle things that you do to help people out around you in Japan that you don't typically do in the U.S., and so a lot of times when you go to Japan, you kind of miss out on these customs and you don't do things that you would naturally be expected to do as a Japanese citizen or a Japanese resident. And so for this reason, there's a bit of this, I don't know how to put it, but there's a bit of bias against certain Japanese or certain non-Japanese groups just because they don't know the customs, And so they tend to prevent people from going into certain areas, like prevent foreigners from going into bars or something like that sometimes, just because, look, they don't want to have to deal with that, And somehow it's okay, I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, it could have reminded me of Exitos. I love it there. Let's see. There isn't so much racism in Japan, I thought. I haven't heard of him. Oh, yeah. I thought it was more that they treat all... Oh, sorry. I thought it was more that they treat all foreigners differently. Hey, Ben Hell version, how are you? The younger version is less racist. Yeah, I mean, that's true generally everywhere. I think, like, the younger people are, in general, more accepting than older people. But that's a general trend, no matter where you go. But you're from Alabama, right? Yep, I'm definitely from Alabama. And I know that people make a lot of jokes about Alabama being racist, but I don't necessarily think that Alabama is racist. I think it's actually classist. which means it's against people who are low socioeconomic wealth, if that makes sense. Like, for example, if you're white, or you're black, or you're Asian, or you're Mexican, it doesn't matter. None of that matters. All that matters is how you present yourself. If you present yourself in such a way that makes you seem like just someone of the low socioeconomic class, someone who, like I said before, with the accent and stuff like that, if you present yourself in such a way that it is very easy to pin you as someone from this group of people, because you're speaking in this way, or you're dressing in this way, or you're moving in this way, that's going to be the thing that really, really hurts you. It did matter a few decades ago. Sure, a few decades ago in the 1960s, that's like half a century ago, it mattered. But honestly, in terms of like racial, I don't know how to put this, but in terms of like coming together of racial people, like I honestly think like the integration is quite good. I mean, like when I was in my high school, like there was so many different, varieties of people there. And I can tell you that not a single one of them, well, okay, there was probably some casual racism here and there, but I can tell you that at least most of the kids, most of the young generation, there was no problem communicating with one person or another person just because of their ethnicity or their gender or any of that kind of stuff. There's no problem. And I will admit, it probably was an issue a long time ago, but nowadays it's fine. And like what C252 is saying, he lives in the whitest state in the country. And that's true. I mean, the thing is, we've just got such a huge proportion of people from all over the place. I mean, in the South. I mean, my school had a lot of people, specifically immigrants from Korea, Mexico, and then obviously we had Mexican Americans and African Americans. We had, all the just a whole bunch of different people. And I'm not trying to be like, we have a token black person or something like that. I'm just saying that it was very racially integrated, in my opinion. And I don't think they treated anyone differently. But of course, I can't say that because I'm coming from the privileged white male group, right? So I don't know. There probably is a lot of casual sexism and racism and stuff going on. But I can tell you that it didn't, I don't know. I don't know anyone who would have treated anyone differently just because of the way that they looked. But they would treat people differently based on the way that they dressed and they acted, And that made all of the difference, Let's see. They basically market leaders. You were basically the market leaders in racism a few decades back. It's more than a few decades back. I mean, honestly, again, it's like half a century ago. I live in the whitest state in the country. Did you see they recently passed something like 300,000 foreign workers will now be admitted to Japan? Oh, that's kind of nice, since the population is dwindling so much. Yeah, that's another thing about Japan that's really weird. I mean, now we're sidetracked. We're super sidetracked. But I mean, like, one thing about Japan that's super interesting. I mean, half a century ago is more than a few decades. A few decades is like 2 or 3. A few is like, again, that's 5 decades ago, 6 decades ago, really. And so it's like, I feel like judging people on how they act is fair game. I think so too, in some weird way. Like, I think the accent is going a bit too far. But if you're dressed in such a way that, like, I'm wearing a collared shirt. There's a very particular reason I'm wearing a collared shirt. Well, there's 2 particular reasons. One, I hate people looking at the back of my neck. Like, I've got this huge phobia against people looking at the back of my neck. I don't know why, I just do. The second reason is, if you wear a collared shirt in Alabama, like, people treat you differently. As opposed if I just wore this white shirt, or if I just wore like just a standard t-shirt, people treat you differently based on how you dress. And this is something you learn as you grow up, so I always wear a collared shirt. I always wear some sort of pants that aren't ragged. I always make sure that it fits relatively well. I make sure that like my pants aren't, down on my thighs. I want to make sure that like there's a particular way in which you act and you need to dress and you need to speak such that people treat you in a way that, you're respected. If I walked around with my pants, below my thighs so you can see my underwear and I kind of did the whole slouch thing that people do all the time, like, that's another way to act, and it's another way to engage in a different part of the Alabamian culture. But if I were to do that, I would fundamentally be treated differently. And I know because I used to act in that way sometimes around certain groups of people. It is what it is, like, I don't know. Being nice I find okay, but acting on dressing, that's stupid in my opinion. For example, I hate wearing suit and that kind of stuff. I mean, I agree with you, but again, like, I act and dress in a certain way because I know this at least subconsciously, makes people treat me differently. And this is why I always do the same thing. Like I'm wearing a collared shirt on stream, you know, like for Pete's sake, like why would I, it's 5:30 in the morning. Like why would I be wearing a collared shirt? It's because it is what it is. When I was in Japan, I went total American, tank top, and I have tons of tattoos. That was probably not looked on too fondly over here. Algorithms, yeah, well, we need to talk about algorithms. Let's talk about algorithms. I'm sorry. Now we're just talking about racism. I'm so sorry. We should probably not talk about racism. Especially as a privileged white male, as I said before. Like, I can't say anything about this. I can just say what I know, and that I tried to act in a way that, you know, makes people treat and respect me as a person, you know? And I know ways in which they won't treat and respect me well, so I try to avoid those ways. That's an interesting fact about collars in America. As long as you don't wear gang colors in Canada, then you'll be treated the same. Collar, as in color, is different than color, as in like I'm wearing purple. You know what I mean? I was hoping they did. Let's see. And people who treat people differently based on their clothes need to recalibrate their judgment system. Fair enough. I agree with you. I 100% agree with you. But that doesn't, you know, change. That doesn't change the fact that people still do change, or they do modify their behavior based on how you look. I mean, this is just a natural thing people do. Like, I mean, if someone comes to me and they have a huge growth on their neck, I mean, like, I'm gonna try my best not to acknowledge the giant growth on their neck. But at some point, I will probably be looking at it, because it is different. It's not what I normally see, you know? If some guy comes up to me and they're talking and speaking in a different way, I'm going to do my absolute best not to treat them any differently, but I might over-explain myself to them. Like, I might, for example, talk more, like if they ask what my research is, I might talk from more of a fundamental level, because I feel like they aren't as educated, just naturally speaking, you know what I mean? And it has advantages and disadvantages, I guess. I'm just saying that that's how it is. Are there plans to cover the Hungarian algorithm in the archive? There sure are. That's one of the many algorithms that we've covered on this Twitch channel that have not gone on to, that did not go into the algorithm archive yet. So as far as the Hungarian algorithm is concerned, we did it with shape matching. So shape matching, which is this amazing thing where basically you take two shapes. Let me see. This is probably the one I'm looking for. Where you basically take like an A drawn here and an A drawn here. And then the idea is that you kind of like match the two of them together. Let me see if this is what I'm looking for, because it might not be. And if it's not, I'm so sorry. Yeah, like here's an S and a 5. Like it's something like this. So you could very easily tell, like, you know, is this an A or is this a B or something like this without using an AI or something like that. Well, I guess it is partially an AI. I mean, we use affinity propagation, but it's a bit different. So we did the shape matching thing because there was this way to use a Hungarian algorithm with the shape matching. It was so cool, so incredibly cool. But it didn't go in the algorithm archive, just like everything else didn't go in the algorithm archive. The Lanczos method, for Pete's sake, we did the Lanczos method like 4 years ago. It's not in the algorithm archive, just because I haven't put it in yet. There's so much stuff there. What do we have here? Do you speak any Japanese? Skoshi. I mean, my Japanese is good enough to convince people who live in Japan for just a second that I can speak Japanese. Then they start actually speaking to me in Japanese, and then they realize I can't speak Japanese. See, I can't read Japanese at all. My Japanese reading is very bad. So, like, I know that kanji is, like, small. Then you're like, so I guess that's skoshine. Well, and then you're lost. That's exactly what happens. Like, my writing is crap. Like, I can only read hiragana and katakana. And then the kanji, I can read very small bits of it. So, like, I know, like, what kanji means, but I can't pronounce it phonetically. So it's one of those things. Do you speak in Japanese? Oh, sweet. Also revisions? Yes, also revisions, which is what we're working on today. Let's go. Okay, algorithm archive. All right, let's finally start talking about it instead of casual sexism and racism, which I probably shouldn't be talking about anyway because I don't know what they are. Okay, gonna go ahead and close this tab. AA chapter updates. As you can see, we are doing very well with the revisions so far. We have nothing. Okay, so we got a lot to do. I'm pretty excited to see where we go in the future. Like I said, shape matching, the Hungarian algorithm, it's in there. By the way, the Hungarian algorithm is one of my favorite named algorithms in existence, because if I remember correctly, let me make sure this is the right one. The Hungarian algorithm was basically called that because the person who invented it knew that it was invented by some other people but didn't remember those people's names, so they called it the Hungarian algorithm or the Hungarian method because they just knew they were from Hungary. And that was all they knew. It was one of those like weird cases where you're like, all right, well, that's interesting, I guess. But yeah, it's a super interesting case. I wanted to cover some graph theory stuff before going into that. I'm gonna head out. Thanks so much for coming in, 6-7. I really appreciate it. I realize that the room item placement program I've been working on uses the Hungarian algorithm as its final step. Yeah, you're gonna need something like that. I could imagine for that. And so it's quite interesting. Like, I don't know, there's so many cool methods out there. It's all cool. It's all just so cool. Is that IRSSI I see? That is IRSSI that you see, 3V. Thanks for coming in. Really appreciate that. So yeah, so we could cover the Hungarian algorithm. I mean, it's super cool. We will cover it eventually. So in terms of the order of algorithms that we need to cover, I really need to cover the Lanczos method. I've just wanting to cover it forever. Horitaku 1124, thanks for following, man. Really appreciate it. Man, whenever we start talking about new algorithm archive chapters, I get super excited. Right? Super excited. But the thing is, like, gah, I don't have time. Like, man, I wish I did, but I just don't. Okay, so let's actually get some work done. Canadian Sean, what's up, man? Admin PogChamp? Admin? Oh, you're talking about 3 JSPP. Yeah, of course. He's a huge contributor to the algorithm archive. One of the, him and Gathros, who I think is also in chat here. Buttercake, if you see him. Gustorn. Oh, no, Leos. So am I. Oh, okay. Anyway, that's cool. Okay. Huge contributors, like a very, very big fan. So if you have the chance to talk to them, just talk to them. They're amazing people. 3V is Twitch staff. Oh, he's from Twitch staff. Oh, nice. How are you, man? Yeah, so we've been using IRSSI for the Twitch chat stuff forever. That's what we do. Okay, so what are we going to talk about next? So we have the pull requests here. We can do 2 things right now. One thing that we need to do is we need to start working on our pull request template. And I know this should be very straightforward, but I wanted to do this on stream because there's a couple different ways that we could do this, and I wasn't sure what way we should go. Does that make sense? Like, we could do, for example, we could do just like a checklist of all the things that you need. Or we could do something like a very basic PR template that just says, I insert your name here, have decided to do this and this. So I'm deciding on what to do. So I think let's go ahead and get started with that. Unless you guys want to work on the, something else, like you want to work on the FFT chapter or something like that, because we do actually need to get the FFT stuff done too. There's a lot of stuff to work on. So I'm just going to go ahead and CD into projects, algorithm archive over here. Oh, come on, dog. Algorithm archive over here, and we're going to CD into projects, algorithm archive over here. Let's do a quick git branch. Let's see where we are. Convolution site fix. I believe I'm okay. So git branch, git checkout, dash B. Oh no, just master. Should be okay. This is gonna be a long stream or normal one. I'll go as long as I can. I'm not sure how long that's going to be. Again, I think what I'll try to do is go for maybe 6 hours today or something like that. So it's gonna be a long stream. But on the other hand, I kind of woke up a bit late. I woke up at 4:30 this morning. Like I woke up at 3 and then I kind of did some stuff and then I went back, like just went down to my bed for just a second because I was like, I'm kind of tired. And then I woke up again at like 4:30. So I was like, crap. So then I woke up late, so I wasn't able to take a shower. I was able to get a little bit to eat, so I should probably last a bit, but I'm not going to be able to last as long as I normally do, if that makes sense. Like my stream stamina is not going to be as high as normal. But I'm going to stream as long as I can, so we'll see how far that is. Okay, global admins use global gods. Maybe look at other templates first. Yeah, I think that's what we'll do. Okay, so algorithm archive here. So I think in order to create PR templates, so this is also another reason I wanted to do this on stream. I wanted to make sure that I understood what it is that I'm doing. 4:30 a.m. So this stream is always from 5 to 7 o'clock a.m. Japanese Standard Time. You can create multiple PR templates, and that was why I wanted to do this on stream. Because honestly, I'm not sure how to do the multiple templates. You know what I mean? Like I get how to do one template, and I get how to make an issue template. Like I looked this up, it seems rather straightforward. But doing multiple templates at the same time is a bit weird because we need 2 different templates, one for code submission and one for chapter submission. And then we also need to add in a chapter contributor guideline set, kind of like how we have the how to contribute section. Is waking up at 4:30 a.m. late? For me, it's late. Yeah, I think this is what I was looking at yesterday. Or something like that. Let's see. Oh, yeah, this is kind of what I was looking for. So we'd have issue template, and then we'd also have PR template in there. Pull request template. Bugreport.mb. Let's see. Bug report, let's take a look at the raw here. bug report about, let's see, please search existing issues to avoid creating duplicates. Also, please text. Oh, everything on. Text using the latest Insider's build to make sure that your issue has not already been fixed. Okay, yep, this is fair enough. Yeah, so for a bug report, that makes sense. So we're gonna have to do similar things over here. I've been getting up at 2 p.m. these days on break. Holy crap, 2 p.m. Oh man. To be fair, like last night I went to bed early. I don't know. I just I've been sleeping in. Like I've been thinking about my ideal like daily work schedule, and I've just been kind of realizing that I can't manage everything. Like I've said before, I just can't. I've been wanting to manage everything forever, but it's hard. Feature request. Yeah, so I think, you know, these templates are pretty straightforward. And so we'll just go ahead and start creating something like this. So let's do git pull org master just to pull something in. I'm just gonna push it to my local fork. Let's see, what do we have here? Nice. And we're gonna do git push origin master. They're pretty bad. Today I slept the latest ever was 8:45. I'm not kidding. Dude, I know that. I do not sleep past 6. I can't. I always wake up before 6. What do we have here? Bombmaster GitHub. They're pretty bad. Yeah, in my opinion, they're not too great, but that's okay. What do we have here? Yeah, this is kind of what I was thinking. So the only problem with this is I don't know how to prevent other people from checking these checklists. So let me take a look at the raw here. Okay, well maybe... So what I mean is if you put this in a pull request, I feel like other people can check this checklist from the pull request. Woke up at 4 p.m. today. I'm the opposite. I woke up at 8 p.m. today. I mean, that's totally fair enough, though, because, like, when you think about it, like, it doesn't matter when you wake up. I'm terribly, terribly against people feeling they're better than other people because they wake up earlier. You know what I mean? Like, some people, they're like, haha, I got up at 5 o'clock this morning. I'm so much better than you. It's like, no, screw you, man. It doesn't matter when you wake up. As long as you get the amount of work that you need to get done. It doesn't matter when you wake up. It doesn't matter, like, what time, you know, you're awake. It doesn't matter any of that. All that matters is you're getting your work done. And I just can't stand people that, like, they're like, oh, I'm so much better than you. I woke up at 5. It's like, well, screw you. I got up at 3. Don't make this argument. Let's see. You need to do checklists, and don't include it in the template. Okay, I see what you're saying. I'm still waking up. That's totally fair enough. What time is it for you, 3V? Let's see. I can go as far as 10 a.m. in vacations. Let's see. I think I wake up so much earlier because I have anxiety issues. Honestly, I feel like I kind of understand what you're saying, because like I used to wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning every morning for 4:15 in the morning every morning for morning swim practice. So that was the time I'd wake up every day, every school day. So I'd wake up at 4:15. I'd get to swim practice at 5, and we'd be in the pool from basically 5:15 to 7 o'clock every single morning. And this was my schedule. You know, every morning I'd be in the pool from 5:15 to 7. And if I woke up late, I just felt awful. You know, like I felt like I'd let my entire swim team down. You know what I mean? Is anyone else's stream cutting in and out a bit? If it is, I could probably lower the bit rate a bit, and I could modify that. But let me check. I should have quality options. Let me check over here real quick. Well, actually, I guess I can just check over here, right? Yeah, I should definitely have quality options, so you could probably lower the quality a bit if you need. Mine's a bit too. Huh. Oh, I'm dropping a lot of frames. Why am I dropping frames? Actually, I don't understand what's happening here. One sec. For some reason, I was dropping frames. I've never dropped frames before. Why? Okay, wait. I've got a question. How and why do you drop frames? I don't understand. That's never happened before. Is this a network problem? It has to be a network problem on my end then, right? But I've never had a network problem before, especially because I'm connected to Ethernet. Let me check something real quick. Yes, it seems like it should be fine now. Can I keep streaming even with the drop frames, or do I need to reset stream? Is there like some sort of latency or something? James the Frame Dropper. It's never happened before. I'm so sorry. But you're right, there were some frames that were dropped there, and I have no idea how or why that happened. Thought my Bluetooth headphones were losing connection. Yeah, okay. I'm now starting to get some of it over here on my screen too, because they're too hot. I mean, like, I didn't... Let me check. I mean, like, it's not processing power, is it? I mean, no, I'm not using any processor too much. Limited upload bandwidth usually. That's so weird. I've never had this issue before. Yeah, You can keep going if it stabilizes without issue. Yeah, it doesn't seem to have stabilized. Thanks, 3V. I appreciate that. Or, I mean, it seems to have stabilized, which is fine. Huh. Okay. Interesting. I'm so sorry about that, guys. I've never had that issue before. So it's kind of a new thing for me, too. Great. Seems to have fixed itself. We're okay. So I'm just going to go ahead. I think I went ahead and pushed this to my local fork. So let's do git. Oops. I want to include a little explanation about chapter contribution and explain that they need to remove it from the template and also include the CC licensing template. Yeah, that's true. 12-core computer. It's 6-core hyper-threaded. It's not quite 12. Oh my gosh, it's not quite 12-core. I can speak. Let me get some water. I don't know what's happening. My mouth is just not working right now. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and just create a branch for the PR templates. And we'll go from there. So let's do git branch. Git checkout -b, and we're just gonna call it PR templates, something like that. It'd be funny if 3V was to blame for this. I don't think so. It's just me being an idiot. Git checkout. But that is interesting. Oh, what was I even trying to type there? Git branch is what I meant to type. Clear here. Okay, so we're on the PR templates. So let's go ahead and create. Let's cd into .github. Which I don't think we have yet. So let's go ahead and make directory. Make directory.github. Oh, come on. I cannot type today. What is going on? Then I'm going to be honest. The VI terminal, I need to turn that off because it's really it's really hard for me to work with. I've been on vacation for 2 weeks. Don't blame me. Look, I'm not blaming you for anything. Gathros is, so I mean, it's his fault. Is there a C++ Gaussian elimination PR waiting? There is indeed. However, the PR needs major modification before it is going to be up for the algorithm archive. Because they wrote it in such a way that it's like super object oriented and it just doesn't really make too much sense for like C++ code that we've seen already in the algorithm archive. Like the thing is we want to avoid overly object oriented code when it's unnecessary. Like if there is a reason to have the object oriented code, then obviously there's a reason to have it. But otherwise, like, you know, we need to be kind of careful about not using it too much. I mean, it's, I guess, a standard way for people to code, and I get that, but that doesn't mean that it's necessarily the best way to do it. If the language is object-oriented, the code should be object-oriented. I agree, but if the language is not object-oriented, there's no reason to write C++ in an object-oriented way. It doesn't necessarily have to be object-oriented. C++ is written in a way... Catherine says, I get banned. It's fine. I thought C++... No, it doesn't have to be object-oriented. Like, it's written in a way... Like, C++ is like everything. Like, functional... You can do functional programming in C++. You can also do object-oriented. Yeah, it's not a forced paradigm. That's exactly what I was trying to say here. I just didn't remember the word paradigm for some reason in my head. James turning off the VI terminal. Okay, I'll keep it on for a bit longer. Let's see. Who are you and what have you done with the real James? I think I missed saying hi to someone. Hackalist, thanks for coming in. And also, I missed someone else. Is it Hayward Whale? No, I feel like I missed someone. I'm sorry, if I didn't say hi to you, I meant to say hi to you. I totally missed you. Okay, so let's go ahead and create a new directory. So make directory, and I guess the directory here we want to create is maybe an issue template. And then also, is that what it is? 1 second, let me check here. Issue template, yeah, that's correct. And then I guess the other one is pull request template, which would be in, I assume, something like this directory over here. So I guess we'll just do pull request template. Template. Okay. So which one should we work on first? I guess maybe we should do the issue template first because this one's probably going to be easier than the pull request template, right? So let's go into the issue template. And let's just make something straightforward and see if it kind of works out. And then we'll work on the pull request template after that. If you guys notice any drop frames or anything like that, just let me know. Because, again, I've never had that issue before. And I'm really not sure why that would be the case. Like, maybe there's something going on. I'm just not sure what that would be. Like, maybe there's something going on with my internet. Maybe it just doesn't like me streaming all of a sudden. I don't know. I'd have to talk to my internet provider or internet service provider for that. Yeah, not even VI terminal. Why not switch to Word and MATLAB completely? Fine. All right, let's just use LibreOffice for these markdown files. All right, write your document. Let's go. Okay. Hi. This is so weird. What actually do we even want in an issue template? Let's see. Bug report question.md. The issue tracker is not for questions. Please ask questions here. Oh, okay. Feature request. They don't even have anything. We don't need an issue template, I don't think. I think we're okay without having an issue template. We're probably fine. Do we even need an issue template? I feel like we don't need an issue template. We're probably okay without one. You know, now that I think about it. Is there anything that we actually need? Can you guys think of anything that we might want an issue template for? Algorithm Archives communities. Let's see, use this. Oh, we need to, yeah, so we still need to talk about, add this. Yeah, we can add that. Let's see what happens. Add template, select bug report feature request custom template. Do we need anything though? Just quick delete the message? I'll still see it in IRSSI if you delete it. Do we need anything though for the issue? Pull request template, let's see what we have here. Okay, so here's this. Yeah, but the thing is, if we have multiple pull request templates, that's the thing that we need to figure out how to do. And I don't want to do this because I wanted to have it as a pull request so you guys can review it real quick before we merge it in. So that was the hope. That was why I wanted to do it via pull request first. Let me also get a quick sip of water again. Man, I'm super thirsty. Why am I always so thirsty? I swear, like I'm not. You know, people say if you're really thirsty, you're pre-diabetic or you're diabetic in some way, and I'm really hoping I'm not because, like, man, I drink a lot of water. Okay. So let's keep going. So I think it's probably better. Create a new branch right at the bottom. Oh yeah, okay. I guess we can do that. But the thing is, we want multiple. I think it's easier just to do this via pull request, right? But I guess I can see what this does. I just want multiple pull request templates, right? Like, so I kind of feel like having multiple pull request templates is the best way to go here, and I'm not sure how to do that. By the way, we're almost at 200 forks of the algorithm archive, so if you're here and you haven't forked the algorithm archive yet, you can click that fork button and you'll get onto the 200th fork of the algorithm archive. Woo! I don't know what that means. Yeah, you make a branch, then make a PR. Yeah, this is what I was planning to do, but again, I just want to make sure that we have the structure, right? Like, I want to make sure that if I create a pull request template directory, we're okay. And see, this guy's going to create this in pull underscore request underscore template.md, which also isn't exactly the best place to be. Like, I feel like the .github directory, resend here, leave page. All right, 200 forks, let's go. Thanks, Sirkomoto, really appreciate it. It doesn't really matter. Like, nothing really matters here. We're at 922 stars. We're getting close to 1024 up there. So change the name of the file. Yeah, I can, but why not just do that over here? You know what I'm saying? Like, it seems easier just to do that over here than to do that there, because the PR template also isn't that great. So we can just go here and we can do it there, you know? So then we can just open it up and modify the template in here, as opposed to over there, where I'm less comfortable and we can kind of think of everything first before creating the pull request. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just seems like we can do more here. So we need two different pull request templates, right? So the first template we're going to need is probably a template for code submissions. .md. I just linked this since there were pre-made templates. Yeah, but the thing is for the issues, but the pull request template didn't have anything. All caps? Yeah, we can make it all caps. That's fine. Pull request template. Yeah, this literally has nothing on it. Leave page. But this one, the issue templates, they do. So let's see what they have for issue templates. So if we do bug report, feature request, custom template, bug report, how to reproduce. Do we need a bug report? Flows preview. Issue feature request. Maybe, I mean, we could do the feature request issues and stuff like that, because maybe this is useful, right? So we could have like chapter suggestion issues. You know what I mean? Like, that'd be pretty good. What am I waiting for? I feel like, okay, I'm waiting now. Now I feel like I did something wrong. I feel like I definitely did something wrong. Okay, let's just hop back over here. Quit there. All right. Right from scratch instead, but I reminded of something. Oh, cool. Okay. So we'll go ahead and make this all caps then. VI, we'll do code underscore. Ooh, come on, dog. submission underscore template dot. Do the MD need to be capital? I'm gonna say the MD is lowercase still. I don't think we need a bug report. Yeah, but I think the other ones might be useful. So having a feature request could be useful. Because having a feature request there would basically be like a chapter request, you know what I'm saying? And having a chapter request is kind of nice. So if we modify the feature request to be more like a chapter request, or we could have a feature request and a chapter request. Like feature request could be like, hey, I want to modify the algorithm archive such that the language tracker on the top is a little bit more clear or consistent or something like that. And then we could have another one for I feel like we should have a bug report though, because like, for example, let's say you're going into the algorithm archive, algorithmarchive.org, and let's say at some point you just go to bubble sort, you change to language which is Java, and you're like, oh crap, the Java code isn't correct here, like the line numbers are off or something like that. Well, that's a bug report that you need to report, and so I feel like that's something that does need to be reported. You can do that internal use section for the checklist. Internal use. Thanks for reporting an issue to LBRY and help us improve. What do you mean for internal use? I'm actually not sure if I'm following what we want to do here. At the bottom? Yeah, but then the thing is, the moment that this issue is created, other people can check this off. You know, it's not just the user that can check this off. Other people can also edit their individual pull request or issue, and they can check this off. That's just something they need to leave. Oh, I see. So like we check this off. So we actually have this here to make sure that like we're okay. Yeah, I see what you're saying. So like every time people put in a chapter or they put code, we have like a checklist down here. And I was planning to have this, a checklist down here saying the markdown file has been edited such that the appropriate line numbers are added in. The algorithm archive has built with this pull request and a few other things in there. Yeah, I agree with that. So that's for comments. Yeah, so that's what I've been using for comments in the algorithm archive so far. So it seems about right. Actual behavior, expected behavior, tell us what should happen, tell us what actually happens, suggested solutions. Okay, good. So for the issue templates, again, we could do a few of these. Like I think a bug report does make sense because we do have a lot of bugs in the algorithm archive that people just don't report. And this would be like, for example, the line numbers, you know, being not correct, or if there's an implementation problem or something like that, like we need to know that. So there's a lot of bugs that could potentially be present in the algorithm archive that people don't report because I don't think they know how to report them. You know what I mean? But I think we should have that available. So I do think we should have a bug report template and we should modify that as we need it. And a few other issue templates now that I think about it. So I think that's okay. I just realized why no real programs use Scratch. They don't have a dark mode. What? They don't have a dark mode for Scratch? No way. Scratch.mit.edu. Surely they have a dark mode. That would be my number one suggestion. Run Adobe Flash. Allow. I think that's the reason no one uses it. You're right, though. I don't think I've ever seen a dark mode except for Scratch 1. Oop, that was not the button I meant to press. Oh, no. Let's see. File. Yeah, you're right. You were totally right. There is no dark mode for Scratch. I've only seen this interface, too. Like, I've never seen the dark, like, any interface but this one. This is Scratch 2 interface. Again, Scratch 1 had a slightly different interface, but it was always about the same. Yeah, Flash. I wouldn't allow that. No, it's because of Flash. Yeah, I think it's probably mostly because of Flash, if I'm being honest. Okay, so let's go ahead. Again, like I said, I think the issue template will probably be the easiest one. So I'm also going to touch over here. I'm going to touch a chapter submission template. Oh, come on. What happened there? Template. Okay, .md. Okay, and now let's go back to issue templates. And what issue templates do we want here? So we probably want one for... I guess we want feature request, right? We probably do want a feature request template. And by feature request, we're probably talking about like individual algorithms or something. So maybe we should change this to algorithm request. You know what I'm saying? So if we do algorithm request here, you know, then people can request whatever algorithm they want in the issues, and we can work on that. for the new version is HTML5 though. For some reason, I've been spending today writing BF interpreter in Scratch. Dude, dude. Yeah, you're right. Feature requests might be fine because feature requests also enables them to talk about things that have to do with like the algorithm archive site itself, like, language checker or something like this. But we should have an additional feature request as well. So should we have 2 algorithm requests and feature requests, or should we have just feature requests? I feel like we should have. We should have both. Oh, hello there. Come on. Nope, that's not what I meant to do. Let's try this again. Touch. Feature request. And then the last one would be a bug report, which we also need. So now we need touch bug report. And this should be fine. .md. Okay, and this should be fine. So then we have 3 different issue templates. We have a bug report, which is again going to be like line numbers are incorrect, or the tracker is like the algorithm, the language tracker, whatever it is, the language switcher is what I should be saying. The language switcher isn't right. We could also have some merit of having a separate language request if we have an algorithm in a specific language is a request. Now, should this be in the algorithm request? I feel like that's spam then, though. I mean, like, maybe this is in feature request. I don't know. Like, maybe feature request and algorithm request. Maybe we don't need 2 separate ones. Maybe it's fine just to say we have feature requests and then we have algorithm requests. Because honestly, what is the difference between these guys? Like, what's the difference between algorithm request and feature request? Like, they're both requesting features to the algorithm archive. They're both requesting changes to the algorithm archive that are not bugs. And so maybe it's okay just have a feature request and a bug report, I feel like it's spam then, though. Before we want all algorithms in all languages anyway. This is true, but at some point, like, that is such a huge task to tackle, Like, it's not really possible to do that. Yeah, this is fair. That's totally fair. Okay. So how about we have, we'll have algorithm request, feature request, and bug report. And I think this is probably fine. Algorithm request is going to be any change to, or it's going to be any additional language or algorithm that needs to be implemented in the algorithm archive. Like, for example, if someone says, I really want, I don't know, a brainfuck version of something else. I don't know. Then we're like, okay, we'll try to get that done. Kake Nuts, thank you so much for following. I apologize. I missed that like a long time ago, like 6 minutes ago. I also got a bunch of notifications on Twitter. Let me just go ahead and see what happened over there. I had not been looking at my side screen for a while, guys. I apologize for that. All languages are not really feasible unless we want all algorithms in like brainfuck. Yeah, I mean, this is fair. Like, it is one of those things. Got my Hacktober stuff yesterday. Dude, I'm still missing mine. I really, really want it. It's, of course, not reachable. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of the point, though, right? Like, the idea is that we just have, as many languages as we can, as many algorithms as we can. And it's just one of those projects that we just kind of consistently work on in the background as we all get better at programming together. We just need to find that person who wrote Mandelbrot fractal render in brainfuck. Yeah, good luck. I read about that. Yeah, I think we actually showed that one on stream, but I don't remember all of the details there. Okay, so let's keep going. So we have the bug report, feature request, algorithm request. Which one do we want to work on first? Hey, authors of the algorithm archive. I really like all of the algorithms in Ada and COBOL. Easy fix, right? Well, I mean, like, in that case, I see what you're saying. Yeah, that might be too much. Yeah, let's just leave it at algorithm request. And so they'll be like, hey, I really want, I don't know, cuckoo sort or something like that. And we'll be like, all right, fine, fair enough. And so I guess what we need to do then is, let's see. He wrote a slightly higher level programming language that compiles to BF. We call it chapter request. Yeah, we could. Oh, come on, dog. There we go. .md. Okay. That's still impressive, but kind of disappointing. Wait, what are we talking about? I totally missed that. Who's he? I read about that. Oh. You're talking about for the Mandelbrot one. Yeah, that's fair. Move algorithm request, chapter request. Okay, so now we have chapter request, feature request, bug report. I think this is probably fine. Yeah, this is probably fine. What we have. Okay, so let's just tackle one of them. I mean, for the bug report, we can probably very closely follow the bug report that they have here. So we can just preview this guy and edit this guy up. So issue bug report, create a report to help us improve, describe the bug, to reproduce. Expected behavior, screenshots, if applicable, add screenshots and explanation to your problem. Desktop. I don't think we need the desktop really. I mean, it's all browser based, so we're probably okay, but we might need browser actually. Smartphone. Yeah, this is fine. Yeah, okay, we can have that information in there. Additional context, any other context about the problem here. Yep, that's fine. Optional additional items, issue, default title, assignees, labels. Yeah, I think this is actually fine for a bug report. I don't think we need too much more here. Oh, I think this is fine for bug report. Let me go ahead and edit this up. So what did we have over here? This was the thanks for reporting an issue to the library to help us improve. To make it possible for us to help you, please fill out the below information carefully before reporting any issues. Please make sure that you're using the latest version. Yeah, okay. In my opinion, we should never use the word algorithm since the definition is not clear. I think we should always use either chapter or implementation. What do you mean? What do you mean it's unclear? Actually, we should add something like chapter and chapter link. Oh, you're saying it's unclear because it could be meaning. Because it could mean meaning either chapter or implementation. Yeah, when people say algorithm, you're right. I naturally think they mean chapter. I don't think they mean implementation. I was also kind of sad when I found that out, C252. Oh, yeah, you're talking about the Mandelbrot stuff. Algorithm could mean chapter, describe me. Yeah, I got you. I got it. It just took me a second. Okay, so we have this ready then. We could just take this guy and do something like this. It's not particularly complicated. Or we can take something like this bug report template. The file lives in bugreport.md. Let's see. We just have something like chapter and chapter link. Yeah, that's correct. So let's just go ahead and grab this guy as a, I guess as a template named bug report about a report to help us improve, or just stick with the feature request. It's vague enough to work with everything we're talking about. Yeah, I mean, I guess so, but the problem is bug report is clearly different than a feature request, right? So like, again, if there's like a line number or something missing, like if for example, like the code for, I don't know, bubble sort isn't quite right, then they need to work on that. Hey, PyroESB, how are you, man? So like, for example, like if the line numbers on bubble sort are off, that's a bug that we need to fix. Like, and it takes no time to fix. That's not a feature request really, because it's slightly different. Okay. Yeah, let's just do a control A here and let's just modify it. Issue default title. Interesting. Happy New Year. Hey, Happy New Year. Yeah, by the way, in case I haven't said this to everyone yet, Happy New Year. I hope you guys are having a wonderful 2019. I know I said that, but I know I said that earlier, but there could be new people in stream that weren't here before. So again, Happy New Year, everyone. I hope you're having a wonderful 2019. I'm fine. What about you? I'm doing pretty well. Thanks for asking. We're currently working on PR templates and issue templates for the algorithm archive, getting this out of the way before working on the FFT chapter again, and we'll see how far we go today. Again, I wasn't able to prepare adequately for today's stream, so I don't know how long today's stream will be. I'm hoping I can do 6 hours, but it's probably going to be more like 4 hours of streaming, which is still okay. It's still good. So we'll see how far we get. Now, the thing is, here's the question I have. They have a template name, which is bugreport.md. That's fine. But if I change this, yeah, okay. I don't understand how to signify to Git that we have like a different template name or a different about or anything like that. Like, I'm not sure how to. Did this automatically go into the algorithm archive? Let me just click on algorithm archive here. Bug report. No. Okay, so the question is, how do I create this report from here so I can take a look at it? Let's go add issue template. Let's see. Is it afternoon for you? I don't know. It's probably afternoon. It's probably afternoon or evening. I would guess it's afternoon because PyroESB was here for the oh, how about we just propose changes up here? So let's do bug report. All right. And so if we propose changes, this should create a pull request, and we can take a look at the markdown file that it creates. Commit change, create a new branch for this commit. And start a pull request. Okay, so I'm just going to take a look at this markdown file to see what it looks like, and then we're going to go from there, and hopefully it looks okay. So let's take a look at files changed. So we added issue template bug report.md, and then we have issue template custom.md. Honestly, that's not bad. Okay, so name, about, title, labels, assignees. That's what I was looking for. So let's go ahead and take a raw here. We're going to do view file, raw there, and that's what I was looking for. And now we can kind of work from there. So let's go ahead and go into vi bug report.md, and let's just go ahead and paste this guy here. So name bug report, create a report to help us improve, title, labels, assignees. Yep, this is fine. Okay, so describe the bug. Let's see. I'm really just guessing. Yeah, it's 10 p.m. Oh, it's 10 p.m. Oh man, you're in Europe, dude. You have to be in Europe, right? Yeah, that's the only place it's that late. I didn't realize you were in Europe. You were here for like the whole, fireworks stream. So I was expecting it to be like, you were in the US where like time zones are relatively okay. But in Europe, man, staying up late is impossible for me. I don't know what we're going to be doing with the fireworks stream, by the way. At least use the same PR though. No, I was going to remove that PR entirely. I can't use this PR, I don't think. Yeah, I don't know how to use this PR. 1 second. Come on, go back. Yeah, I don't know how to use this PR, honestly. So I was just gonna delete this PR entirely. Come on. Now it's such a pain though. Like now this is gonna be so hard to work with because I don't know where this is. I don't know where that lives. You know what I mean? Like it's not on my local fork or anything like that. So I was just planning to close the pull request and then open up a new one, and then go from there. It's fine. I'll just create a new one. It's okay. Okay. So clear description. It's fine. Like, can't sleep sometimes. Also, like this apparently failed. Why did that fail? Yeah, the Travis. This won't build either. I don't think it'll build. Because. Yeah, I'm just creating a separate PR. It's easier to create a separate PR. This is not building. This won't build. Travis won't let this go through. But it's not a branch of the algorithm archive, is what I'm saying. I don't think it's a branch of the algorithm archive. I think it's just one standalone file. I think it's just one standalone file that isn't a branch of the algorithm archive, and that's why, like, how do I look at... No, but I don't think it is. I think this is a patch. Like, I think this is an individual... How do I take a look at this? Let me think. What I'm gonna look for... Open link? Ah, shoot. Open link? Yeah, but I want to look at this branch. Well, then why didn't Travis build? That doesn't make any sense. Travis should totally build then. Yeah, I have no idea what happened here. Details here. I tried the ASCII fireworks for on Ubuntu for Windows, and the resize didn't work there, which I'm pretty sure is an issue with Windows 10. I've also tried getting Signal and SIGAction to work, but it didn't work either. Might try it on Ubuntu desktop still. Yeah, fair enough. Like, again, I'm not expecting it to work at all on Windows. This job is canceled because auto cancellation feature is currently enabled. With more recent build for branch... I really would prefer to put this on my own fork. I'm not comfortable with having this on the algorithm archive. On a separate branch for the algorithm archive. I'm just not comfortable with that at all. I would much rather just go ahead and close the pull request and then work on my own. Because it's just not, I'm not comfortable with that at all. Because like it just seems like a waste of time and effort. Okay, so we're gonna have clear and concise description of what the bug is. Playing with algorithms today. I mean, that's our main thing is algorithms. Like yesterday was playing with fireworks. Today we're back to the normal thing. So let's see. So we have absolutely nothing to do with fireworks today. That was just a one-off. So we're gonna clear. So let's see. Let's take a look here. Clear and concise description of what the bug is. That's fair. Steps to reproduce the behavior. So we go on whatever, click link, scroll down. Yep, that seems fine. Clear and concise description of what you expect to happen. So the thing is, with the bug report, like, again, we're thinking about line numbers on an individual chapter or something like that. Like, we want, like, we have a spam PR. We have a PR that we have closed. That is not a spam PR. It is just a single PR. We've got hundreds of PRs that have been closed. It's not a spam PR at all, I don't think. I think it's fair enough just to work on my own fork, as opposed to working on this. Hope you'll continue the fireworks stream someday. It was fun. Yeah, it was fun, but I'm probably not continuing it for a while. Like, I might do another ASCII animation at some point. But just truth be told, I'm not looking forward to, or I don't want to do it too much. Again, it was fun, but it's one of those things that I just don't think I could do for much longer. And I was thinking about doing it again yesterday, but I don't know. It just wasn't, I wasn't as invested into it. Like, don't get me wrong, it was pretty fun. And I think I might do like an ASCII animation for like Valentine's Day or something like that. But again, it's not going to happen too regularly, so I don't know when the next one's going to be. It might be a few months. Lame Rio, thank you so much for following. Really appreciate it. Okay, so clear and concise description of what you expect to happen. If applicable, come on. Add screenshots to help us explain your problem. Let's see. Desktop, please complete the following information. OS, e.g. iOS. Yeah, we probably need that information. Anything else that we need to add here? Graph theory is greater than fireworks animation. To be fair, that is my opinion. Any additional context? Okay, I don't think we need to modify this bug report template at all. I think this bug report template's actually pretty okay. If you guys can think of something to add, I think JSPP, you said something a second ago about adding in like a, I don't know what you wanted to add in, like adding in like a chapter description or something like that. I would modify it quite a bit. I mean, this is running into a situation where, like, you know, people are just going to modify things as they want. Like, now we're running into a situation where, like, we're going to spend forever discussing the exact way to modify it. You know what I mean? Okay, well, what I could do is just open up a whole bunch of blank pull requests, or open up a whole bunch of blank templates, and then we could just discuss it on the pull request. Just state browser and OS. I feel like the device matters, though, for the smartphone. Like, feature creeped. We're not an app after all. Yeah, I mean, I guess that's fine. I don't mind doing that. Oh, I probably should have. Shoot. Ah, dagnabbit. Ah, come on. Issue template. Change file. I just want the raw of this file. That's what I'm looking for. View file. Raw. Control A. And then paste it here. Okay. Write that. Add a thanks at the start of the file. Yeah, we can do that. Add a field for chapter. Chapter they discovered the bug in. Version, get rid of that. But I mean, that's useful information, though. I feel like this is useful information. You know, like, here's a whole smartphone section, basically. The version's useful, though. Yeah, fine. Let's do hardware. It's not really hardware, though, is it? It's like software, or it's let's see. We could do specifics. We could do, what is this though? It's like, I guess this is actually software. Something in there. It's environment. Environment is probably a good word. Or platform. Yeah, something like that. So I do think we need the browser version, because I think that's useful. Because, for example, if they're using Firefox, you know, before Quantum, you know, this is dramatically different than using Firefox, like, after Quantum, you know what I mean? So I think knowing the version here is useful, because, I mean, what if they're using, like, Internet Explorer 2? Or, like, they're doing something really dumb, you know? Like, they're just using a version that we know people don't normally would, or, like, you know, what if there's reason to have the version there? The modified browser example, though? Modified browser example? Wait, what? Chrome, Safari. No, version is regarding the browser. I mean, we can say browser version. But I'm pretty sure browser here would be talking about the version. I'm almost certain it is, because operating systems don't have versions, do they? I mean, I guess they do. I guess you're right, Windows 10. But I would naturally, like, when you read version here, it comes right after browser, not OS. It's not something that I would naturally think of as a version, you know? Does a website exist which gives you copy-pastable data which contains all relevant information? Or Netscape? Let's see. That'd be useful. Also, the template wasn't created for a book, but for an app, which have a version. So that's why the version was regarding. Okay, so it's not clear. To me, the version was naturally, like, I looked at the version, I was like, that's clearly browser version. I didn't even think about another version there. You know, we don't have to have versions of the algorithm archive. Yeah, that's true. So I didn't even consider that this could be another type of version. Like, it doesn't make sense to me that it would be operating system version. It doesn't make sense to me that it would be, like, you know, application version in this particular case. I don't think people would naturally think that. Okay, yeah, fine, I agree. But, like, here, like, I thought it would be clear. Okay, I see what you mean. We could probably remove that then. Yeah, if it's confusing people. I just thought it would be interesting to have... What on earth? Oh, I'm on the wrong... I just thought it'd be interesting. Like, again, like, different browser versions, that's kind of important. Okay, so screenshot if applicable. Add a screenshot and explain your problem. Also add OS version. Sure. But that's weird because, again, OSs don't usually have versions. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, I guess so. But I mean, like, Arch doesn't have a version. You know, it's just Arch, you know? And most Ubuntu desktops, I mean, I guess maybe they do 16.04. Yeah, maybe they do. Maybe it's just Arch. I think browser version is important. Yeah, I don't think OS version is so important. I don't think. Yeah, but there's a lot of rolling release distributions, so I've got a feeling that, like, for the most part, the rolling release distributions, I don't know. I guess, I don't know. 1, 2, 3. I have no idea, like 16.04 or something like that. I guess. But I mean, like, then they're just gonna put 10 for Windows 10. You know what I mean? Like, that seems kind of weird. macOS does. Windows does have some percent of little tiny Linux market share. Doesn't. Yeah, but to be fair, like, we get a lot of our views are Linux. So, like, looking at the algorithm archive, it's like 25% are Linux, then like 10% are Mac, and then the rest are Windows. So, oh, does it have a more explicit version than 10? Like, I mean, I'm gonna be honest. Like, you're looking down on the Linux market share. The Linux market share is almost as high as Mac, and specifically for this case, it's our Linux market share is quite high. Windows 10 is rolling release. Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, so that's the thing. So, like, again, Windows 10, as I thought Windows 10 was rolling release. Luigi, thank you so much for following. But even then, the major, that's why I put 16.04. It's just a lot of our Linux users are also Arch users. So, I guess that's a lowercase. iOS, so I guess iOS would be, what is it? You said it's 11.3.1? And then for Windows, I guess Windows has a capital W? I'm not sure, I guess 10? I don't know. Chrome, Safari, Firefox. Ubuntu and Windows need to be uppercase. Okay. Let's, dang it. Try that again. Okay, 16.04, 11.3.1, 10, whatever. So we have basically just variables like, so Ubuntu, Windows, iOS. Okay, so that seems fine. And then up here, we'll just add a quick. I know very few people who do this, but I use Debian and Ubuntu, but always use Bleeding Edge kernels. No, I know, actually, I think a lot of people do that. I think Bleeding Edge is in my opinion, I think that Bleeding Edge is the best way to use Linux distributions, because if you use like 16.04 with Ubuntu, then you run into all these weird version compatibility issues. For Windows 10, do 10.1809, version 10.1809. Okay, yeah, I can add something like that in there. Oh, 1809. 9/2018. Oh, I see. See you, Trash Talk. Thanks so much for coming in. No, Google was wrong. Apple says iOS 12.1.2 is the latest. It doesn't matter what's the latest. It's fine. As long as we have like the format correct, it's fine. So I guess that's fine for Windows. I guess we could do something like this instead, because I kind of prefer that, so that we know it's the 9th month in 2019. I think long-term support is much more used in latest builds, though, even in the Linux world. I think you're right. But I think it's because Linux is primarily used for servers and supercomputers, in which case you do kind of have to keep track of the different versions and stuff. But I think for desktop use, I think that the Bleeding Edge is, in my opinion, much easier to use, just for the average consumer. So, okay. All right, I can capitalize all those. Here, there, and there. Okay, so let's go ahead and add in a comment on the top here. Let's see, PR checklist, Visual Studio Code. Where's the one I was just looking at a while ago? Oh, I don't know what happened to that. Did I accidentally delete it? I might have. Shoot. Because we had not too long ago a pull request up, or an issue template up, that had like a comment at the top, because I always forget how to do the comments, and I just want to take a look at what comment they had. I'd also make the headings to reproduce as expected behavior, small headings. Oh, thanks, that's the one I was looking for. Open link there. Thanks for reporting issue to, yeah, so we'll modify this, I think, because we don't need all of that information. DD, and then we're going to open this up here. Come on, open. Why is it so slow? Interesting. So thanks for reporting an issue to the algorithm archive. And helping us improve. To make it possible for us to help you, please fill out the below information carefully. And in fact, what I probably want to do here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Let me just do a D12D. And I'm going to put it under here, because I think this up here, because that's the reason I created the pull request, the other pull request to begin with. I think this heading needs to be at the top of the file for Git to know what to do with it. So let's go ahead and do this here. Thanks for reporting an issue. Let's say bug reports explicitly. To make it possible for us, please fill out the below information carefully. Before reporting issues, please make sure you've used the latest version. Nope, we don't need that. But we could probably do that. We're also available on Discord. And let's just do this. The $, and add in that link there. So we're just going to do, probably not stream notifications, probably this one, create instant invite. I don't think it really matters that much. And now we're going to paste that here. Okay, that should work. But I would do the bug. So we don't have headings at all in this one. I'd also make the headings to reproduce expected behavior, small headings there. I would do the bug, then headings, and then, do we? I feel like it's fine. I mean, just using bold I think is okay in this case. Let me go ahead and get some water. Yeah, I don't know. The other template I felt like was, I mean, don't get me wrong, I like the heading here, but I think that the rest of it is kind of definitions of done. Yeah, we should probably also add that down there. It's like bug, it's like into bugging configuration. I mean, we can, but I think this is fine. I think I like the bolding more than I like the headings, because the headings are so big, you know, with Markdown, and just it makes it so the issue, or yeah, the issue is going to be hard to read. Like if we have these huge headings in there, you know, I just feel like that's just, I don't know, I don't like that. I kind of prefer just a bold font. The stream isn't even a need stay hydrated bot with this with this pace. Stream doesn't even need Stay Hydrated bot. Look, I drink so much water, man. Like, I'm just always thirsty. And that's fine. Oh, come on. Like, I don't understand people who don't drink on stream. Like, it's like, what, how do you not drink? Like, how are you not thirsty? I'm always thirsty, like 24/7 thirsty. Okay, so additional context. Add any other context about the problem here. You know what, guys, what I might do is I might just work on this on my own and create these and then just put them up in a separate pull request. Instead of working on these on stream. I wanted to work on them on stream, but it's just gonna take too long to do, I think. And so I'll just go ahead and create these guys and send them via pull request to the algorithm archive. And then we can work on these separately, I think. I think maybe that's the best way to do it. Because here, it's kind of hard to have a discussion about what it is that we actually need here on stream. Just because, you know, there's a delay, a bit of a delay, and there's a whole bunch of other things. So I think I'll just go ahead and create this, and then I'll put it in the algorithm archive, and then you guys can update it afterwards. That way, you know, we have something that's kind of working, and we don't have to worry about it from there. So I might just go ahead and end stream now, and just go ahead and get this done. I know, like, that means that I only stream for like an hour and 30 minutes, and I wanted to do a long stream, yada yada, but I mean, I just need to get this done. And so I'll go ahead and get this done, and then I'll start working on the FFT chapter, and we'll be back tomorrow for a long stream, where we just kind of work on all the visualizations and stuff for the FFT chapter. I'm massively behind, which means I'm not going to be able to work on the fractal stuff, which is what I wanted to work on by this weekend. So I'm not going to be able to get that chapter up. So instead, I'll do a Contributors Corner video this weekend where we actually talk about all the stuff that we need. So we will talk about the Contributor Corner video. So basically we'll talk about Hacktoberfest, we'll talk about all the stuff that's happened since the last Contributor Corner, we'll talk about how we can now accept chapter submissions, and then we'll also talk about the Algorithm Archive logo contest or whatever it is. I don't even know what to call it, it's not really much of a contest, but like the Algorithm Archive logo stuff, which is also another thing that we need to talk about. So I think that's kind of where we'll be. Again, I apologize that it's a bit of a short stream. It's just I got to get this done, and I don't think stream is the best place for it. So I think that's what we'll do. And I will go ahead and get that up in the on the Algorithm Archive as soon as I can. So expect it in a few hours or something like that, and then we'll just go from there. So let's see who we want to raid at the end of stream. Let's see. Oh, Bother's live. Tim is live. Let's see. Adam's live. We could host Adam if you guys want. Who do you guys want? Just go ahead and let me know, and then I'll go ahead and raid them at the end of stream. Again, sorry that it's a bit short. It's just there's too much to do, and I'm not getting any of it on stream. Adam? Yeah, we haven't done Adam in a while. We'll go ahead and raid Adam. All right, guys, thank you so much for coming in. Have a great day, night, afternoon, morning, evening, whatever time it happens to be your time. And I will see you around next time for the next episode of Simuleos when we start working, or we continue working on the FFT animations. I really want to get that revision done. That set of those revisions done as soon as possible. So that's what we will be working on next. Thank you guys so much for coming in. I'm sorry again for the short stream, and I will see you next time. Bye, guys.